Hey Nerd Society, welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the world of superheroes, villains, and everything in between. Today, we got a fun one for you. We're counting down the top 10 richest characters in the DC universe. From billionaire playboys to genius inventors, these characters have fortunes that would make even Bruce Wayne jealous. Or maybe not. Before we jump in, don't forget to smash that like button. Leave a comment down below letting us know who you think the wealthiest DC character is. And of course, hit that subscribe button to join the Nerd Society for more superhero content. Let's dive in. Let me know if you'd like to tweak anything. Vandal Savage, $2 billion. Vandal Savage, much like Ra's al Ghul, is an immortal who has had countless lifetimes to amass an extraordinary fortune. Born as Vandal Savage, he was originally a Cro-Magnon who gained immortality after being exposed to the radiation of a mysterious meteor. Over the course of thousands of years, he has built his wealth and power, using his intelligence, experience, and relentless ambition to manipulate civilizations and secure his position as a formidable figure throughout history. Although some sources suggest that Vandal Savage's wealth is beyond calculation, the closest estimate places his net worth at approximately $2 billion. Maxwell Lord, $3.8 billion. Maxwell Lord is one of those villains who could easily rival a Bond villain in ambition and flair. Known for his grandiose schemes, like attempting to control the minds of the Justice League, Lord is a master manipulator who isn't afraid to throw money at his problems until they vanish. His wealth and influence have made him a dangerous figure in the DC Universe, often operating behind the scenes to achieve his nefarious goals. Born into wealth thanks to his father, a successful businessman, Maxwell Lord inherited a fortune that he skillfully expanded. He also ran the international organization Checkmate, further cementing his status as a global power player. In addition to his financial resources, Lord possesses psychic persuasion powers, which he uses to manipulate others and execute his plans. Simon Stagg, $4 billion. Simon Stagg is the CEO of Stagg Industries, a powerhouse in technology, manufacturing, and research. A brilliant yet morally ambiguous businessman, Stagg is best known for his connection to Rex Mason, also known as Metamorpho. In many continuities, Rex became Metamorpho during an expedition funded by Stagg, which adds a layer of complexity to their relationship. Further complicating matters, Rex is romantically involved with Stagg's daughter, Sapphire, much to Simon's disapproval. Recently, Simon Stagg met his demise in an issue of the Terrifics. This development may transfer his fortune to Sapphire Stagg, ensuring the family's legacy as one of the wealthiest in DC Comics. Blue Beetle, Ted Kord. Net worth, $5 billion. Brilliant scientists using their genius to build corporations and amass billions are a common theme in DC Comics, and Ted Kord is no exception. After the tragic death of his father, Kord reluctantly took over Kord Industries. He transformed the company into a hub of innovation, developing cutting-edge technologies that not only advanced the business, but also became tools in his fight against crime as the Blue Beetle. Eventually, Kord sold Kord Industries to Wayne Enterprises, significantly boosting his personal wealth. This decision allowed him to shift his focus entirely to heroism, using his resources to support his crime-fighting efforts. Of course, Bruce Wayne's tendency to eliminate corporate competition likely played a role in the acquisition. GreenArrow, Oliver Queen, $7 billion. Oliver Queen was born into the corporate dynasty of Queen Industries, a multi-billion-dollar empire. However, his life took a dramatic turn when he decided to dedicate himself to protecting others as the Green Arrow. Unlike many of his peers in the superhero world, Oliver lacks divine powers or advanced tech suits, relying solely on his skills, ingenuity, and his iconic bow and arrow to face danger head-on. Throughout his journey, Oliver has lost and regained his fortune multiple times. When he does have his wealth, he uses it not only to maintain his position as CEO of Queen Industries, but also to fund initiatives that genuinely help the less fortunate. Ozymandias, Adrien Veidt, $7.5 billion. Adrien Veidt, also known as Ozymandias, is one of the most fascinating characters in the DC Universe. Born into wealth, Veidt made the remarkable decision to donate his entire inheritance to charity, choosing to start from scratch. Using his unparalleled intellect and extraordinary IQ, he built an empire far exceeding the wealth he was born into, solidifying himself as a self-made billionaire. As the smartest man on the planet, Veidt leads a multi-billion-dollar corporation and often uses his resources for what he perceives as the greater good. However, his vision of saving humanity came at an unimaginable cost. His orchestration of an event that claimed the lives of over 3 million people in New York City. Black Adam, $12 billion. Black Adam is often recognized for his immense power, but people sometimes overlook that he is also the ruler of Kahndaq, a Middle Eastern nation rich in oil and steeped in ancient history. As a protector of his homeland, Black Adam has fiercely preserved its culture and resources, ensuring that Kahndaq remains a significant force in the DC universe. As the authoritarian ruler of Kahndaq, Black Adam has direct control over all the nation's assets. While Kahndaq's economy may not rival the wealth of major Western nations, its resources, particularly oil, contribute significantly to its prosperity. With a net worth estimated at $12 billion, Black Adam's fortune is deeply tied to his leadership, making him one of the wealthiest individuals in DC Comics and a powerful figure whose influence extends beyond his superhuman abilities. Lex Luthor, $75 billion. Lex Luthor represents a massive leap in net worth compared to previous entries on this list, and for good reason. Luthor is a self-made billionaire, inventor, philanthropist, and the archenemy of Superman. He is constantly coming up with new schemes to either defeat the Man of Steel or increase his own power, wealth, and influence. With a brilliant mind, Luthor has leveraged his intelligence to build a sprawling empire that touches nearly every corner of the business world. From aerospace engineering to real estate, oil, and even funding his own presidential campaign, Luthor's wealth is vast and varied. He has stakes in a multitude of industries, which he uses to fund charitable foundations, scientific research, and ambitious projects, often with the ulterior motive of further consolidating his own power. Batman Bruce Wayne, $100 billion. The second richest character in DC Comics is none other than Bruce Wayne, also known as Batman. After inheriting a vast fortune from his ancestors, Bruce Wayne uses his position as the owner of Wayne Enterprises to fund advancements in health, pharmaceuticals, green energy, and biotechnology. He also channels a significant portion of his wealth into the Wayne Foundation, working tirelessly to reduce poverty and combat crime in Gotham City. When Bruce isn't using his fortune to support public social programs, he invests heavily in his high-tech gadgets and crime-fighting equipment as the Dark Knight. His wealth fuels everything from his personal satellites and Batmobiles to an arsenal of vehicles and advanced tech designed specifically for his crusade against crime. One can only imagine how much more money Bruce Wayne would have if he didn't funnel so much into his Batman-related inventions. Aquaman, $150 trillion. It may come as a surprise to see Aquaman at the top of this list, but when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. As the king of Atlantis, Aquaman rules over more than 70% of the Earth's surface and technically owns everything within the 7 seas. This includes vast reserves of gold, oil, diamonds, rubies, and countless other treasures that are found within the oceans. In fact, Aquaman's treasure troves alone are estimated to be worth around $60 billion, with his total wealth possibly reaching up to $150 trillion, based on the amount of gold and precious resources in the oceans. This staggering figure takes into account the current value of gold per ounce, but it's clear that whatever his net worth, it's astronomically high. With dominion over the oceans and all the riches they contain, Aquaman's wealth is undeniably the most immense in the DC universe, outstripping even the wealth of the most powerful billionaires on land. All right, Nerd Society, that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 richest characters in the DC universe. From Black Adam's nation of Kahndaq to the immense fortune of Aquaman, these characters prove that wealth and power often go hand in hand. Whether they're using their fortunes for good or self-interest, one thing is clear. The richest heroes and villains in DC are shaping the world in more ways than one. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment below telling us which character you think should be at the top of the list, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an awesome superhero breakdown. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Nerd Society.